Hi guys, welcome back. A lot of people have asked me about what is this Jamaica, Ghana, Nigeria, West Africa connection, and perhaps the way I would explain that is simply this: Jamaica as a country in the African diaspora highly value its African connection, its African identity. You can hear this in our music, you can taste it in our foods, you can see it in our culture, you can see it written also in our story, in our history you know. But what exactly is this connection? And many would ask. Uh, Jamaica's largest connection to the African continent is actually with Ghana. All right. Um, with Ghana, you can y the connection is made through the Jamaican Maroons. Now, the Maroons, for those of you who don't know, were Africans brought to Jamaica during the Spanish period largely. And when the British took over from the Spanish, seized the island from the Spanish, the the Africans ran away to the hills. Many fought their way, fought the Spanish, both the Spanish and the British at the time, and others just simply ran away to the hills, and they established for themselves. They marooned themselves in the hills and established communities of independence and sovereignty. Now, when the British took over, the British, of course, did not recognize any Africans as having any sovereignty in on the islands. So they fought them, and the Maroons fought back and fought them so formidably that the British had to give up and sign a treaty with them because the Maroons were just hitting them too hard, and they signed a treaty with them, giving them sovereignty, um, and agreeing with them that no other slave should leave the plantation. No other should leave the plantation. A slave should not leave the plantation to join them, free people, up in the hills. And that was kind of the agreement. And those Maroons actually preserved the Akan culture from Ghana. Akan, which branches off to Ashanti, the Ashanti, and some Yoruba, and some Hausa, some Afanti, and so forth. Right? You can also see this in folklores like Anansi. Every Jamaican remembers Anansi and Brother Tokuma. You can see it in foods we eat like dukunu, right? You can see dances like the jankono dances. These are things that are straight actually from uh, from the country of Ghana and the region also, because when Ghana in its heyday, Ghana was actually much bigger than it is now. Of course, they call it the Gold Coast rather, and all these cultures actually emanated, sprung from there. If anyone remember in the 1990s under the PJ Patterson administration in Jamaica, President Rawlings from Ghana came to Jamaica and retrieve the bones of, I believe it was 32 kings that were taken from Ghana, West Africa region, and brought into Jamaica as slaves. And the Maroons, they lived, many of them lived as free people among the Maroons, as Maroons rather. And after their death, they preserved their bones in honor. And Rawlings from Ghana, the former president in the 90s, came and retrieved their bones. We see the language, not to mention the language, but just everything overall. Ghana accounts for the largest portion of the descendants in Jamaica. There's also the Nigerian to a lesser extent, and you can see the Nigerian people, like the Igbo people, reflected in our language, in our patois. For a long time, we've been taught that Jamaica's patois was a corruption of the English language. Not so. Many words in there may sound similar, but they're not actually English words. All right, but they are English words in the patois. But the Jamaican patois is actually absolutely not a corruption of the English language. It is a compilation of several languages, because Jamaica has people from different parts of West Africa, and they came with those languages, and they were deliberately separated by the British as a means of dividing and ruling the people there. So because of that, we have these, once they were free, these languages started merging together to form our Jamaican patois, or if you want to call it a Creole. So we see the mixture of Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, and so forth. Many of the Nigerian groups. We see also many other West African groups, West African countries like Togo and Benin and Burkina Faso, where there are bits of the culture that is actually compiling what we now have as a Jamaican culture today. And of course, they all over West Africa, the DNA exists in Jamaica. It just happens to be that Ghana is the most prominently represented in Jamaica. Now, Jamaican's culture has been, in terms of the West African connection, has been preserved by, as I said before, the Maroons, right, who were established as sovereign people in agreements by the British. All right. So if ever we're wondering why is it that this reggae is so much a part of Ghana, it's a it's a chicken coming home to roost. A culture, a music that started in Jamaica that now found its way back to its mother in Ghana. We see that in Nigeria also. Countless amount of reggae artists on the continent. Not just West Africa, by the way, but all over. But we're just talking about West Africa now. All right, so there you have it, the Jamaican, Ghana, Nigeria, West African connection. Yes, it's a long history, long, colorful history, and Jamaicans are very, very proud of their African identity. Thank you for watching.